With the new prequel novel for the Hunger Games series, we got a ton of new information, and I have a bunch of videos coming for you guys based around this book, so look out for that. For this video, I'm going to explain the origins of the actual Hunger Games and how the games were created. Before we start, I just wanted to say that I'm going to stop using the YouTube community tab as much as I have been and start using other platforms more so that the Movie Flame brand extends past just YouTube, just in case the worst happened and I lost the channel or something. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, which is the most important, because that will sort of replace the YouTube community tab. I'll be posting the most updates there, and that's linked down below. You can also follow us on Facebook, and if you want, you can follow my personal Instagram as well, which is full of cute dogs, behind the scenes Movie Flame stuff, and just some fun posts. Both of those are linked down below as well. Now, let's get started. The idea for the Hunger Games was not thought up in the government. It wasn't thought up by anybody with influence. It was actually thought up in the Capitol's University by two kids, Casca Highbottom and Crassus Snow, Coriolanus Snow's father. The two were best friends, being described as a pair of wild things, getting into trouble and hanging out together at a nightclub. They were inseparable, and both were in Dr. Gall's class at university. Towards the end of the semester, Highbottom was failing, which was because he hated Dr. Gall so much that he refused to participate in class. Dr. Gall was an extremist and had a lot of ideas that most sane people would not have, and she did things that most would consider unethical. For their final project in Dr. Gall's class, Highbottom and Snow teamed up, and their assignment was to create a punishment for one's enemies so extreme that they would never be allowed to forget how they wronged you. Highbottom said it was like a puzzle, which was something that he excelled at, and like all good creations, their idea was absurdly simple at its core. They came up with the Hunger Games, the evilest impulse, cleverly packaged into a sporting event or an entertainment. At the time, it was just simply putting kids into an arena and forcing them to fight to the death. There were no sponsors, no mentors, no betting, no elaborate arena. It was just a simple Roman arena where the kids would fight to the death. Highbottom was drunk when he came up with this, and Snow got him drunker, playing on Highbottom's vanity as he fleshed this idea out. Snow assured his friend that it was all just a private joke, but Snow knew the whole time that he was going to hand this in as their final project. When Highbottom awoke the next morning, he was horrified by what he had made. He was going to rip it to shreds, but it was too late. Without his permission, Snow had turned it into Dr. Gall, wanting the good grade, but this came at a price. Highbottom never forgave Snow, and Snow lost his best friend. As their time at university came to a close, Highbottom went to the bar and explained to the owner Pluribus that he was drunk and it was all meant to be a joke. But when Snow came in, he screamed at Highbottom, saying that he should be grateful and that he did him a favor and saved his grade in the class. Snow left and Highbottom stayed until the bar closed, and when Pluribus asked what was wrong, all that Highbottom said was, "like moths to a flame." After that, the two left university and did not see much of each other after that. The Hunger Games remained a school project, and Highbottom never thought it could actually happen, because he thought who but the vilest monster would stage a thing like that. Eventually the dark days hit, and a huge war started, and the Capitol fought the districts, or the rebels. Snow lost his life as a soldier fighting for the Capitol, and it was not in vain, as the Capitol won the war and defeated the rebels. After the war, Highbottom's life changed forever. The idea of the Hunger Games that was never meant to be anything more than theoretical became a reality. Dr. Gall pulled his proposal out, and she decided that she would use this to punish the Capitol for rebelling. She introduced Highbottom to Panem as the architect of the Hunger Games, and he would be cemented in history as the man who created this punishment. That night, Highbottom used Morphling for the first time, the most powerful drug that is often abused, and he was sent in a downward spiral. He had hoped that the Hunger Games would die out because it was so awful, but it didn't. As the years went on and the games continued, Highbottom began to use more and more Morphling, and he was eventually known for being high all the time. Dr. Gall dragged him through game after game for 10 years, showing him off as a show dog. With his fame came one good thing, however, as he was made the Dean of the Academy, the pristine school for higher class families, including the Snow family. Highbottom got Crassus Snow's son, Coriolanus, as a student, and he treated him terribly. He gave him unfair punishments, looked down upon him, and treated him as if he didn't belong at the academy, as his family had clearly lost their money, something that I'm sure pleased Highbottom very much. Had it not been for his best friend, the Hunger Games never would have happened, and he never would have been sent into the downward spiral, and he made sure that Crassus paid for this as Highbottom went after his son. Coriolanus got revenge for both himself and his father, however, and Highbottom became the first victim out of too many to count that Coriolanus Snow poisoned. He put a small bit of poison in Morphling bottles and threw them out in Highbottom's office, knowing that the drug addict Highbottom could not resist, and when he used the Morphling, he was poisoned and died. Though Highbottom was gone, Dr. Gall was still around and the games continued. Dr. Gall took Snow under her wing, and the two worked together to change and make the Hunger Games better every year, until eventually Snow became president, giving him much more control over everything Hunger Games related. Eventually they made the arenas be bigger, made the games more elaborate, and they added special features that changed every year. The Hunger Games went on for 75 years, but were finally stopped by the rebels in the Second Rebellion. When Snow and the person after him, President Coin, both fell, the Hunger Games fell with both of them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can follow me on social media to see more of my personal life and see more of this little dude. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook for Movie Flame updates. And I want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons listed below. If you want to be featured in the next video, plus get a bunch of other rewards, become a patron today. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you press that like button and subscribe, and look out for more great videos on the way.